I hope that you understand that you are the boss. Be clear, be strong with your words. Customers are my number one focal point. I don't care about the detail. Everything can be resolved and fixed. But sometimes handling a situation is the hardest part. How you handle a situation like this is what could make or break it, because you get one person that knows 100 people that could destroy your business too. And just so you know, Mr. Customer, we like the fact that you drive a nice car, and we gave you a wax coating for free, no additional cost. So when you walk out your car, why don't you go and feel it? Those customers are easy to deal with because they're like, okay, hey, I mentioned it, I spoke up, and look at them, they're willing to go at it. But if customers being like, why didn't you do this? You guys are absolutely terrible, wouldn't use you guys again. Like, it's times like those that you can maybe just take a moment in time and just know that this isn't the type of customer you want to have ever again. Hey, and welcome to Hungry Driven Podcast. I'm your host, JJ Vola, a business mentor for specifically automotive detailers. And today in this podcast, I just want to talk about how to handle customers, maybe rejection, maybe they're disappointed in your service, how to handle those type of obstacles. Because in those moments, it can be pretty uncomfortable. Just so everyone who maybe this is your first time tuning in, I know this is our 10th episode, so a little pat on my back just to showcase that we even made it here. And this podcast is going to be a little bit of a quick one today, but just to let people know who I am. I'm somebody who loves business. I love seeing someone take nothing and create something very powerful, and it really changes people's lives. Unfortunately, it's difficult to work for somebody else, make $20-$25 an hour, and try to be successful. To be a business owner, you're taking the risk, you're taking the responsibility to want to make something better for your life. And quite honestly, you just don't want somebody in your ear telling you what to do. So I admire you. This is why this is the Hungry Driven Podcast, because you're hungry, you're driven, and at the end of the day, you want more for your life. And I just hope that maybe one day we get to meet, because I'd love to hear your story, your reasons why, or maybe even your support system. If you don't have that in your life, I am someone who loves empowering someone else. I'm a person who wants to see good for other people. So that means you too. Like, your success is my success. And I stand by detailers because I love the industry. I'm so passionate about cars, about business. I've been a mechanic. I've been in car sales. I've been in automotive finance. Like, detailing is the one that stood out for me as what is my passion. So if that means I get to share any of that to you, my knowledge about business, marketing, or even sales, then please reach out to me, because I offer free coaching calls to people like you that want to kind of grow and be smarter with your business. So don't hesitate. There's going to be a link in the description just to hit select a free hour with me, basically, just so we can talk about you and your business and maybe your next steps. But I really appreciate you being a part of this podcast, being a part of these series. It's been fun putting them together. I sit here, maybe try to promote my product, promote my coaching, but that's not what matters. What matters is the knowledge I'm trying to give from what's in here into you, right? Because I want you to be successful. And at any point, if you feel like you have any questions, I'm always here to answer any questions that you have. So without further ado, I want to share a story that, before we get into that, make sure if you get any value, if you like this video, if you like who I am, hit the like button, hit subscribe. I'd love for you to be a part of this for like the long journey, not just like, because you got one video, you got the small little value from a clip that I had. Like, I want you to be a part of this for the journey. And this content on this page is just going to get even better. But anyways, I get too excited about that. I want to share a story that resonated with me very deeply, and it seems like something so simple, but it affected me for like days after. And the story went, we had a customer came in with a Tesla, and the way our package worked was we didn't have like the bronze, silver, gold, diamond yet at that time. Like, to do an interior detail was $150. To do a basic hand wash was $50. To do an exterior hand wash and wax coating with a sealant, it was $150. So it was either like $200 or $300 for like a detail service. And a customer came with a Tesla. Maybe it wasn't really that bad, but it was averagely detailed for what every car looks like. Cleaned it up, And it was one of those cars where it was the last one of the day that we were basically leaving early. We would have left at like 3, 4 o'clock. And the guys in the shop said, hey, you know what? We're just going to do a wax coating just to help make it look pretty and make it look really good for the customer to pick up. And I love when the guys take a little bit extra initiative and stuff like that. But, it's funny because when the customer came picked up, and this was the husband of the wife that dropped it off, or the one who booked the appointment. So, the client, I guess, had used us before, and he knew it was going to be $150. It typically was always $150 before. But the wife was the one who picked it, or who booked the appointment online. So she would have saw that it was going to come to $200, right? There was no misunderstanding that it was going to be $200 plus taxes. And when the customer, which was the husband, came to pick up, he he was getting in my face about like the bill, like why was it so much more expensive than last time? And I said, well, we've changed management, and I'm here taking over, not here to change anything different, but you got an interior detail, which is $150, and a hand wash, which is $50. And the face or the reaction this person had, and that's what it was, because they had a gift card for $150, so the difference was $50. And the guy's reaction to me explaining that it was $50 for a wash, like he lost his mind. He started being belligerent, started getting rude, swearing like this is effing ridiculous, the fact that you're charging $50 for a stupid hand wash. And of course, I have a stupid little Tesla card in my hand, right? So I want to tell him what I have to say before I'm gonna give him this card. And I was very confident in that moment, because I'm the type of person who, if a customer is like, I'll bend over backwards, right? Like, customers are my number one focal point. I don't care about the detail. Everything can be resolved and fixed. But sometimes handling a situation is the hardest part, right? Because like, how you react to a situation is how it's going to determine them using your service again, or giving you a review, or even getting to an extent where they had to leave a 1-star Google review. But the second a customer gets rude, or I don't know, just disrespectful, like, there's just this inner voice inside my head that says, no, this is not how you're going to be talked to. Like, you didn't start a business to get talked to by clients. Like, this is your business. And yeah, you know what, how you handle a situation like this is what could make or break it, because you get one person that knows 100 people that could destroy your business too. But that's only for a short time too. Like, you need to stay strong on the type of person who you are for your business. And the way I responded to this gentleman was, hey, can I just educate you for 1 second? You're going to go to some stupid car wash that's going to cost you $30 anyways, and you're going to come out of that car wash feeling disappointed because the brushes didn't hit every single point of your car. But I'm paying two guys at $20 an hour to spend a car wash, whether it takes a half an hour to an hour, it's still going to cost me close to $40 just to have your car washed. And that's not even including the chemicals that we use on your vehicle. So we don't even make much on this detail. Oh, and just so you know, Mr. Customer, we like the fact that you drive a nice car, and we gave you a wax coating for free, no additional cost. So when you walk out your car, why don't you go and feel it and tell me how good it looks sitting outside? Why don't you tell me how every point of the car got touched on the outside of the car, how your wheels got wiped, how the tire shine was evenly applied, and that your windows were properly cleaned? Why don't you go and look at those things, and you come back to me and you tell me that our service isn't worth $50? Here's your card, Mr. Customer. I don't want the $50 for you, but what I want is you not to come back, because clearly you don't value our services of being here for 20 years and just demonstrating that we just deliver high quality results for customers. And if you don't see that value, sir, then we don't want you as a customer. Here's your card. Have a great night. And I'll tell you, the disappointment on that customer's face was for me, like I felt so proud. Obviously, it didn't come out that smoothly. Like I'll be honest and sit here and say, like even that though I have 10 years of experience, it still came out of my voice a little shaky. Okay, because it's not often we're confronted with conflict or situations, but to be disrespected that your service isn't worth what you think is worth, but yet probably that same customer would blink and spend $20,000 on a renovation for his bathroom or his kitchen and doesn't even realize that $10,000 is strictly labor going to the business owner. Like, but people just don't understand. And it's people like them, you just want to grab their shirt and give them a little smack. But instead of that, right, because that would be breaking the law and going to jail or getting an assault charge, simply using your words to make someone feel so dumb in a moment for even questioning why it's worth $50. Now, that's one scenario because other people are going to get into your face on top of that. Oh, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. At the end of the day, I don't necessarily care about making money if it means proving a point. Like, if it was a $300 detail and that was your only detail for the day, yeah, take that sucker's money, okay? But if you have the opportunity to have some pride, to stand up for yourself and to know that no matter how much money it is, you're not going to stand for someone talking to you the way you did. Sure, they got a free detail out of it, and I hope they fucking feel happy. Like to have that sense of pride is a powerful thing, and it's difficult to have pride in those type of moments because you just want the customer to be happy. You just want the customer to start thinking differently, like you know, or like change their mind so that way they're not going to leave and give you a bad Google review. Like there's so many things, but if they already have a bad taste, it's difficult to switch for sure. But it's possible by simply saying, hey, no worries. We're going to take care of anything that we miss because I want to ensure that you get a great customer satisfaction. Like those customers are easy to deal with because they're like, okay, hey, I mentioned it. I spoke up and look at them. They're willing to go at it. But if customers being like, why didn't you do this? You guys are absolutely terrible. Wouldn't use you guys again. Like it's times like those that you can maybe just take a moment in time and just know that this isn't the type of customer you want to have ever again. But you're going to have those customers multiple times in your life. It's how you deal with it, it's how you respond to it. Anyways, I encourage you to stand up for yourself in situations like that if customers ever being rude. In the detailing world, in my opinion, I've had a lot of success with having a lot of great customers. There's not too many that comes to my mind other than maybe customers will call me and say, you missed this. Why is this? But every customer that phone call came in, we've always dealt with it. We've gone out of our way to go pick up the vehicle, bring it back and bring it back to them at no additional cost. Like there's things you have to do as a business owner because it's the reputation of the business that you're holding on to. Like that's what's important is your reputation because like I said, you could get one wrong person that is just knows a lot of people in the community and just word is going to spread faster and faster and you don't want your business being on the receiving end because it might not to say it would make or break you. You're still stronger. You're going to still go and find new clients. There's no question. But you don't want people to start bad mouthing your business. So reputation is a great thing, but I just find that sometimes it's easier just to not accept the money and just say what you need to say so that way you feel proud within yourself knowing that you're not going to go home and replay that scenario maybe 5-10 times over. You could have said this, wish you had said this. Just say what you want to say and then walk away. It's okay. But I share this story because it's important to know that you wanted to create a business for the reason of not having to deal with this type of things. And you're going to get to a point in the future where you're not going to even have to take a phone call anymore because you want to grow and scale your business. You want to be able to offload that to somebody else. So, but it's good to be the example for your business because when you have somebody like who's training, maybe a new receptionist or sees things like this, they know that because it's sometimes difficult to have the representation for somebody else's business than your own, right? Like some people love working with you. They don't want to make a customer mad because they're going to go, they're going to find the business owner somehow. But to make it clear to your reception, say, hey, I do not care if a customer is rude or disrespectful. Please tell them not to use our service again. And it sounds rude. I'm sure it's like listening to me, it sounds rude. But it's a fact. Make sure you're just not going to let people take advantage of you, your services, or try to boss you around. Like, you're the boss, okay? You're working with the client. Like, yeah, sure, they're paying you for your time, but it doesn't have to happen that way, right? Like, you can make it clear that we don't need your business to be successful, customer. We would prefer actually not to work with you because you've been a headache since the first start, and the fact that you think that you can now boss me around and be rude to me is okay. We would just prefer you never to contact us again. Boom, leave it like that. And move on. But in situations where you can resolve the situation, always do it. Always make sure that you're telling a customer, say, hey, I didn't realize that this, section of the car, I didn't realize that we didn't detail that one section good enough. Let us spend the 5-10 minutes right now to address those situations. This is why I can't stress enough to detailers. The final walk around is so important, because if a customer is walking around the vehicle, sure, they're going to see the majority of the car. They're going to see what they're going to think about the last time their mats looked like sitting in the car, and then they open the door. Wow. Right? Like, there is this wow moment. And sometimes it takes customers to drive down to the street to sit there and say, hey, you missed this. Okay, fine, turn around, come on back, or we'll come back to you right now. But if a customer's disappointed, it's situations like that I will always make sure to address those scenarios. And I'm sure as a business owner, especially, you feel like you spent the whole day on it, maybe didn't feel as financial rewarding in that moment to want to go back and to deal with the situation. It's hard. I get it. Most days it's difficult to want to turn around and go back and take care of the customers. But there's always an opportunity to change that situation, because that's what, again, is going to make or break you as a business owner and your business to want to grow. But anyways, I hope this was value for you guys. I hope that you understand that you are the boss. Be clear, be strong with your words, and just understand that if you need help, support, creating confidence within yourself, I'm here for you. If you want to book a free coaching call with me just to understand more about yourself, your business, and where you want to be, I'd love to hear from you. There's going to be a link down in the description below. But without that said, stay hungry, stay driven, and thank you for being a part of this podcast today.